journey with a Motley Crew. This is not a diary. It's a series of unreliable recollections and thoughts from a 6-day trip exploring the backcountry on a Pyrenean mountain tour. One consultant, one design engineer, one garage owner, one helicopter mechanic, one writer, one farmer, 2 doctors and 1 guide, 1 French, 1 American, 3 Scots and 4 English. Their common characteristic, a love of the mountains and advancing middle age. Nobody loves advancing middle age, for all of them are trying to retain the glory of youth with a new adventure. It's better to have tried and failed than have failed to try. When it comes to skiing, there's a difference between what you dream it's going to be like, the reality of what it's like, and what you tell your friends afterwards. The dream. Glorious white powder. It's a drug. It fills you with desire. It captures your every waking hour. It shapes your dreams. Every season, we watch the weather forecasts, await the winter storms, and chase those promised powder days with a passion that confuses the powder virgins. We risk our lives for the rush of steeply falling through thigh-deep powder, taking face shots, the glory of feeling minds and bodies in perfect synchronicity. It's a state of being. This is the exaltation and bliss of skiing powder. This is what creates those whoops and silly grins you don't see anyplace else. There will never be enough powder in a season. It's addictive and we are the junkies. Surely we'll get some fine powder on this 6-day odyssey. That's the dream. That is what we thought it would be like. The reality. The definition of snow. A form of precipitation that usually occurs 10 days prior to and the morning of your departure from your ski vacation. And so it was. The snow was crusty, icy and hard-packed. The recurring perfect blue skies mocked. The powder lovers bitched. The Scots felt right at home. We do not follow the paths of others. The piste is not for us. We are not piste artists. No, we create beautiful white snakes in the virgin backcountry. For a few short hours or days, our tracks will recall our passage. The sun's softened crust records our art. We are the artists of the untracked wilderness, scrawling our personal signatures with our skis in this wild place. Bootpack the conquest of great ridges and peaks for moments of joy. Over too few days, we've escaped the monotony of man-made things, the drab nature of the material world. We took some risks, faced some perils, tested our limits, scared ourselves silly sometimes. The climbs were at times long and arduous. The summits were gained for a few steep meters of icy crust. Indeed, we earned every one of our crusty turns, and every now and then, for a couple of 100 meters, 21 seconds of bliss in perfect snow. Then the long walks out in stunningly beautiful deserted valleys. Cross-country skiing is great if you live in a small country. In the mountains, here we are free. Here, for a small number of days, we have ceased to be slaves. It is hard to return to the daily grind. Backcountry skiing is an activity that is popular with people who do not feel that regular skiing is lethal enough. I now realise that the small hills you see in the untracked snow at the bottom of ravines are formed around the bodies of 47-year-olds who tried to learn ski touring. More seriously, the untracked experience is fantastic. We travelled fast and free over untouched snow. We followed the lure of peaks and extensive horizons. One slope, one hill, one resort, even one mountain are not enough. To travel through the wide wintry landscape, to breathe that sweet air, to sit quietly for a while and contemplate that precious stillness, that lovely, awesome, mysterious space, is to live a little longer. I am left in the end contemplating the words of T.S. Eliot. We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time.